My name is Lyanna. I'm 31 years old, and I live in a small town called Willowbrook. It's a calm place with quiet streets, old trees, and people who greet each other every morning. From the outside, my life looks perfect. I have a husband, a comfortable home, and a steady job at a small community library. But the truth is, I am not happy. A year ago, I made a decision that changed everything. I married a man named Derek, who is 35. He is gentle, patient, and genuinely good. He tries to make me smile every single day. But there is one problem. I do not love him. I married him because I was heartbroken. My ex-boyfriend had just walked out of my life, and I felt empty. I wanted to forget, to move on quickly, to stop feeling lonely. So when Derek asked me to marry him, I said yes, even though my heart wasn't ready. I told myself love would grow with time, but it never did. Derek tries so hard. He brings me little gifts, cooks for me, leaves sweet notes on the fridge, and calls me my star. Many women would feel blessed. But every time he smiles at me with so much love, I feel guilty because I can't return it. One evening, we were sitting outside watching the night sky. Derek looked at me and said, "Lyanna, I know you don't love me yet, but I believe you will someday. I can wait." His hope made my heart ache. I felt like I was living a lie. My mother once told me, "Love can grow, even slowly. Marriage isn't always about strong emotions." I tried to believe her. I tried for months. But inside, I felt lost, like I was living someone else's life. Everything became worse the night Derek made a special dinner. My favorite food, candles, soft music, all for me. I smiled, but it was a weak smile. My heart felt empty. Later, he asked, "Do you remember when I proposed under that big maple tree? I meant every word. I'll love you forever." I wanted to scream that I didn't feel the same, but I stayed quiet. That whole night, I couldn't sleep. The next morning, my best friend Mila called. She immediately knew something was wrong. I told her the truth. I don't love him. I never have. I was hurting when I said yes. She sighed and said, "You need to be honest with him and with yourself." A few days later, I finally sat down with Derek. Before I could speak, he stopped me and said, "Please don't leave me yet. I believe in us." His hope felt heavier than ever. Then one Sunday, he said something that shocked me. "Lyanna, do you want to have a baby?" My heart dropped. A child? With someone I didn't love? I quietly said, "I'm not ready." He looked hurt, but he didn't push. That night I wrote in my journal, "He is a good man, but I cannot give him the love he deserves." One evening, I packed a small bag. I wanted to leave. I stood by the door, but I couldn't do it. I sat on the floor and cried. The next morning, Derek kissed my cheek and said, "Good morning, love." Those words felt heavier than ever. Days passed. I pretended to be okay, but inside, I felt trapped. Finally, I gathered courage. One evening, with shaking hands, I said, "Derek, I care about you, but I don't love you. I never truly did. I married you because I was hurting." He didn't get angry. He just looked at me with sad eyes and said, "I knew, Lyanna. I just prayed I was wrong." He wiped his eyes and added, "If your heart isn't with me, I won't force you to stay." We didn't fight. We just sat there, quietly hurting. The next day, I moved into Mila's guest room. I cried, not because I missed Derek, but because being honest was painful. Still, for the first time in a long time, I could breathe. I started taking long walks, reading more, and even joined a creative writing class. Writing helped me understand my feelings. I wrote things like, "You are not bad. You are just broken. He is kind, but not your home." Weeks later, Derek sent me a message. I hope you're doing okay. I'm trying to heal too. I replied, thank you. I'm taking things one day at a time. I wish you peace. Months passed. I found a small studio apartment of my own. I painted the walls soft peach and put flowers by the window. I made my own morning coffee and let myself enjoy the silence. Sometimes I felt lonely, but I also felt free, truly free, for the first time in years. One day, I found the necklace Derek gave me. I placed it in a small box with a note. Thank you for loving me. I will never forget your kindness. As time went by, I began to smile again. I made new friends. I wrote stories. I healed little by little. Now, when I look in the mirror, I see a woman who survived something heavy. A woman learning to trust herself again. My story isn't perfect, but it's real. And if anyone out there feels trapped like I once did, I want to tell you this. It's okay to start over. It's okay to speak the truth. Your heart deserves honesty. Thank you for listening to my story. More stories like this are on the way.